Question 1. During which business analysis domain is the primary focus on defining the business problem or opportunity, analyzing the current state, and recommending a future state to meet the business need? A. Needs assessment. B. Planning business analysis. C. Requirements elicitation and analysis. D. Solution evaluation. Answer: A. Needs assessment. The needs assessment domain focuses on understanding the problem or opportunity that an organization faces, as well as defining the core business needs before any solutions are considered. It involves analyzing the current state to identify gaps and recommending a future state to address the underlying business need. This foundational step ensures that subsequent activities, like requirements elicitation, are aligned with strategic objectives. For example, if a company wants to improve customer satisfaction, the needs assessment would determine why customers are dissatisfied and what fundamental changes are needed, rather than immediately jumping to specific software features. Remember, needs assessment is about figuring out, what problem are we trying to solve? Question 2. A business analyst is conducting an elicitation activity where stakeholders from various departments are brought together to collaboratively define and refine requirements for a new system. What is this technique commonly referred to as? A. Brainstorming. B. Focus group. C. Requirements workshop. D. Interview. Answer: C. Requirements workshop. A requirements workshop is a focused, facilitated session where key stakeholders gather to discuss, define, and agree upon requirements in a collaborative environment. This technique is highly effective for accelerating the requirements definition process and fostering shared understanding among diverse stakeholders. Unlike individual interviews or brainstorming, a workshop specifically aims for consensus and detailed refinement of requirements in a structured setting, like a series of meetings to hash out all features for a new mobile app. This method helps prevent misinterpretations and ensures everyone is on the same page. Question 3. Which document outlines how requirements activities will be planned, executed, monitored, and controlled throughout the project lifecycle? A. Business case. B. Requirements management plan. C. Scope management plan. D. Project charter. Answer: B. Requirements management plan. The Requirements Management Plan is a crucial document that defines the processes for managing requirements from inception through delivery and eventual retirement. It specifies how requirements will be elicited, analyzed, documented, validated, verified, traced, prioritized, and communicated. This plan ensures consistency and control over the requirements, providing a framework for how changes will be handled and baselines established, much like a rulebook for all things related to requirements on a project. It is essential for ensuring that all stakeholders understand the approach to requirements throughout the project. Question 4. After a new software solution has been implemented, a business analyst is tasked with determining how well the solution is performing against the original business objectives and whether it is delivering the expected value. Which business analysis domain does this activity fall under? A. Needs assessment. B. Planning business analysis. C. Requirements elicitation and analysis. D. Solution evaluation. Answer: D. Solution evaluation. Solution evaluation is the business analysis domain concerned with assessing the performance of a deployed solution and determining whether it has met the business needs and delivered the expected value. This domain includes activities like validating solution components, measuring solution performance, and assessing organizational readiness for the solution. For instance, after launching an e-commerce website, solution evaluation would involve tracking sales, customer feedback, and system uptime to confirm it meets initial revenue and usability goals. This step is critical for ensuring that the investment in the solution has indeed yielded the desired business outcomes. Question 5. A business analyst is prioritizing requirements for an upcoming release. The Moscow technique is chosen. What does the S in Moscow stand for? A. Should have. B. Significant. C. Secondary. D. Supporting. Answer: A. Should have. The Moscow prioritization technique is a popular method used to categorize requirements based on their importance to the current development cycle. The acronym stands for must have, should have, could have, and won't have, for this release. Should have requirements are important but not critical for the immediate delivery. They might be painful to omit, but the solution is still viable without them. For example, a mobile app having a share to social media feature that isn't essential for its first launch but would be highly beneficial later. Understanding this framework helps teams focus on the most impactful features first. Question 6. What is the primary purpose of conducting a gap analysis in business analysis? A. To identify project risks and develop mitigation strategies. B. To compare the current state with the desired future state and identify discrepancies. C. To determine the feasibility of a proposed solution. D. To allocate resources effectively across different project tasks. Answer: B. To compare the current state with the desired future state and identify discrepancies. Gap analysis is a powerful business analysis technique used to identify the difference, or gap, between an organization's current performance or capabilities and its desired future state or target performance. It helps in understanding what needs to be changed or improved to bridge this difference, for example, assessing an organization's current cybersecurity measures against industry best practices to pinpoint areas of weakness. This analysis forms the foundation for defining new requirements and developing strategies to achieve the desired outcomes. Identifying these gaps is crucial for effective problem-solving and strategic planning. Question 7. A business analyst is documenting requirements for a new payment processing system. Which of the following is an example of a non-functional requirement? A. The system must process credit card payments. B. The system must integrate with the existing accounting software. C. The system must process 1,000 transactions per second with 99.9% uptime. D. The system must allow users to view transaction history. Answer: C. The system must process 1,000 transactions per second with 99.9% uptime. Non-functional requirements, NFRs, describe the quality attributes, characteristics, or constraints of a system, rather than specific functions it performs. They specify how the system should perform, such as performance, transactions per second, reliability, uptime, security, or usability. Functional requirements, in contrast, describe what the system does. For example, a functional requirement might be, the system must allow users to log in, while a non-functional requirement specifies, the system must allow 1,000 concurrent users to log in within 2 seconds. NFRs are crucial for overall system success and user satisfaction. Question 8. What is the purpose of tracing requirements throughout the project lifecycle? A. To ensure all requirements are completed by the project deadline. B. To demonstrate the link between requirements, design, code, and test cases. C. To prioritize requirements based on business value. D. To identify stakeholders who have approved each requirement. Answer: B. To demonstrate the link between requirements, design, code, and test cases. Requirements traceability is the ability to follow a requirement forward and backward through the entire project lifecycle, linking it to related strategic objectives, solution components, test cases, and other requirements. This practice ensures that all requirements are accounted for, implemented correctly, and tested thoroughly. For instance, tracing ensures that a specific customer feature request can be linked to a design specification, a particular piece of code, and a corresponding test case, confirming its complete fulfillment. It is vital for managing changes, assessing impact, and ensuring solution quality. Question 9. A business analyst is preparing for a meeting with a key stakeholder who is known for being highly knowledgeable but also very busy. To maximize the effectiveness of the meeting, what elicitation technique would be most appropriate? A. User stories. B. Focus group. C. Interface analysis. D. Interview. Answer: D. Interview. An interview is a direct, structured or unstructured conversation with a stakeholder to elicit information, clarify details, or confirm requirements. For a busy but knowledgeable key stakeholder, a well-prepared interview allows the business analyst to tailor questions specifically to their expertise and schedule, making efficient use of their limited time. While other techniques have their place, an interview provides a personalized approach to gather specific, in-depth insights from individuals. It is like having a one-on-one consultation with an expert to extract crucial information directly. Question 10. Which business analysis technique helps in identifying the root causes of problems rather than just addressing the symptoms? A. Benchmarking. B. Decision analysis. C. Root cause analysis. D. SWOT analysis. Answer: C. Root cause analysis. Root cause analysis, RCA, is a systematic process for identifying the underlying causes of a problem or event, rather than simply addressing the immediate symptoms. Techniques like the 5 whys, or Ishikawa, fishbone, diagrams are often used to drill down into the core issues, for example, investigating why a customer service backlog exists by asking multiple layers of why questions until the fundamental cause is uncovered. By understanding the root causes, business analysts can recommend more effective and sustainable solutions that prevent recurrence. Question 11. What is the primary purpose of a business case in project management and business analysis? A. To list all functional and non-functional requirements for a solution. B. To justify the investment in a project or solution by outlining its benefits, costs, and risks. C. To document the project schedule and budget. D. To define the roles and responsibilities of the business analysis team. Answer: B. To justify the investment in a project or solution by outlining its benefits, costs, and risks. A business case is a foundational document that provides the justification for undertaking a project or initiating a new solution. It typically outlines the problem or opportunity, the proposed solution, an analysis of the benefits, tangible and intangible, estimated costs, potential risks, and the return on investment, ROI. Its primary purpose is to help decision-makers determine if the proposed initiative is worthwhile and strategically aligned, much like presenting a comprehensive proposal to gain approval for a major expenditure. It acts as the persuasive argument for why an investment should be made. Question 12. During which phase of the business analysis process would a business analyst typically develop and define the acceptance criteria for requirements? A. Needs assessment. B. Planning business analysis. C. Requirements elicitation and analysis. D. Solution evaluation. Answer: C. Requirements elicitation and analysis. Developing acceptance criteria is a critical part of the requirements elicitation and analysis domain. Acceptance criteria are conditions that a solution must satisfy to be accepted by key stakeholders, essentially defining what "done" means for a given requirement. These criteria are typically defined concurrently with the requirement itself, ensuring that everyone agrees on the measurable conditions for successful implementation. For example, if a requirement is "users can log in," the acceptance criterion might be "users can log in within 2 seconds using a valid username and password." Defining these early helps ensure clarity and testability. Question 13. Which of the following is a key output of the planning business analysis domain? A. Business case. B. Solution scope. C. Requirements management plan. D. Value stream map. Answer: C. Requirements management plan. The planning business analysis domain involves defining the approach to be used for business analysis activities throughout the project. A key output of this domain is the Requirements Management Plan, which details how requirements will be managed, from elicitation and analysis to documentation, traceability, and change control. This plan sets the stage for all subsequent business analysis work, much like preparing a detailed itinerary before embarking on a complex journey. It ensures a consistent and structured approach to handling all requirements-related tasks. Question 14. A business analyst is facilitating a meeting to gather information about how a business process currently operates. The goal is to identify bottlenecks and inefficiencies. Which visual modeling technique would be most appropriate for this purpose? A. Data model. B. Use case diagram. C. Process flow diagram. D. Class diagram. Answer: C. Process flow diagram. A process flow diagram, also known as a business process model, BPMN, graphically represents the steps and decisions involved in a business process. This visual modeling technique is highly effective for understanding current operations, identifying sequences of activities, pinpointing bottlenecks, and visualizing inefficiencies. For example, mapping out the steps an order takes from receipt to delivery can quickly reveal where delays occur. It provides a clear, step-by-step view of how work gets done, making it ideal for process improvement initiatives. Question 15. What is the primary benefit of stakeholder analysis in the context of business analysis? A. To identify potential vendors for solution implementation. B. To understand stakeholder interests, influence, and impact on requirements. C. To create a detailed project schedule and budget. D. To develop a communication plan for the project team only. Answer: B. To understand stakeholder interests, influence, and impact on requirements. Stakeholder analysis is a crucial activity in business analysis that involves identifying all individuals or groups affected by or having an interest in a project or solution. Its primary benefit is to understand their needs, expectations, level of influence, and potential impact on the requirements and the project's success. By mapping stakeholders' power and interest, a business analyst can tailor communication, manage expectations, and ensure appropriate engagement, much like a diplomat understanding the key players and their motivations before a negotiation. This understanding is vital for effective requirements elicitation and managing conflicts. Question 16. A newly identified requirement conflicts with an existing, approved requirement. What is the first step a business analyst should take in managing this conflict? A. Reject the new requirement immediately. B. Escalate the conflict to the project sponsor. C. Analyze the impact of both requirements and facilitate a discussion to resolve the conflict. D. Implement the new requirement and discard the old one. Answer: C. Analyze the impact of both requirements and facilitate a discussion to resolve the conflict. When a conflict arises between requirements, the business analyst's initial step should be to thoroughly analyze the situation, understand the implications of both requirements, and then facilitate a discussion among the relevant stakeholders to resolve the conflict. This involves presenting the conflicting points, outlining the potential impacts of each option, and guiding stakeholders toward a mutually agreeable solution or decision. For example, if a new requirement for faster processing contradicts a previous one for robust security, the analyst would outline the trade-offs and guide the team to a balanced decision. Direct escalation without prior analysis and discussion is usually premature. Question 17. Which statement best describes the difference between verification and validation in the context of solution evaluation? A. Verification ensures the solution is built correctly, validation ensures the correct solution is built. B. Verification focuses on user acceptance testing, validation focuses on system integration testing. C. Verification is performed by the development team, validation is performed by the business analyst. D. Verification is done before implementation, validation is done after implementation. Answer: A. Verification ensures the solution is built correctly, validation ensures the correct solution is built. In solution evaluation, verification refers to confirming that the solution has been built according to the specified requirements and design, essentially asking, are we building the product right? This might involve reviewing documents or inspecting code. Validation, on the other hand, confirms that the solution meets the true business needs and delivers the intended value, asking, are we building the right product? For example, verification ensures the software matches the design specifications, while validation confirms the software actually solves the user's problem. Both are crucial for ensuring a high-quality, effective solution. Question 18. When working in an agile environment, what is the primary purpose of the product backlog? A. To list all project risks and mitigation strategies. B. To serve as an ordered list of all known product requirements, features, and enhancements. C. To document the project's financial budget and resource allocation. D. To provide a detailed schedule for all development activities. Answer: B. To serve as an ordered list of all known product requirements, features, and enhancements. In agile methodologies, the product backlog is a dynamic, ordered list of everything that might be needed in the product, representing the single source of requirements for any changes to be made to the product. It includes features, functions, bug fixes, and improvements, all prioritized by the product owner based on business value. This backlog evolves continually as new insights emerge, guiding the development team on what to build next, similar to a prioritized wish list for a new software application. It ensures transparency and continuous alignment with stakeholder needs. Question 19. A business analyst uses a swimlane diagram to illustrate the responsibilities of different departments or roles within a process. In which type of diagram would swimlanes typically be found? A. Use case diagram. B. Data flow diagram. C. Process flow diagram. D. Entity relationship diagram. Answer: C. Process flow diagram. Swimlane diagrams are a specific type of process flow diagram, or business process model, that visually separates steps of a process into lanes, representing different departments, roles, or actors responsible for those steps. This visual partitioning clearly shows who is accountable for which part of the process, making it easier to understand handoffs and identify potential bottlenecks or areas of confusion between teams. For example, a customer onboarding process could have swim lanes for sales, onboarding team, and customer support, clarifying responsibilities at each stage. They are excellent for illustrating cross-functional workflows. Question 20. What is a key benefit of defining minimum viable product (MVP) in an agile project? A. To ensure all planned features are included in the first release. B. To deliver the core value early, gather feedback, and iterate. C. To finalize the project scope and prevent any future changes. D. To reduce the need for stakeholder engagement throughout the project. Answer: B. To deliver the core value early, gather feedback, and iterate. A minimum viable product, MVP, is a version of a new product which allows a team to collect the maximum amount of validated learning about customers with the least effort. The key benefit of defining an MVP is to deliver the core value or essential functionality of a solution to users as quickly as possible. This approach allows the business analyst and team to gather early feedback from real users, learn what truly resonates, and then iterate and refine the product based on those learnings, rather than building a full solution in isolation. For instance, releasing a basic app with only its core feature allows early user testing before adding more complex functionalities. Question 21. Which of the following best describes the concept of scope creep in requirements management? A. The process of gradually expanding the project team size. B. The uncontrolled expansion of a project's requirements or scope beyond its initial agreement. C. The gradual reduction of project budget due to cost-saving measures. D. The slow but steady progress of a project towards completion. Answer: B. The uncontrolled expansion of a project's requirements or scope beyond its initial agreement. Scope creep refers to the unauthorized or uncontrolled growth of requirements and scope during a project, often without corresponding adjustments to time, cost, or resources. This typically occurs when new features or functionalities are added informally without going through a formal change control process. For example, continuously adding just one more feature to a software application without proper evaluation can significantly derail the project. Managing scope creep is critical for maintaining project viability and delivering on original objectives, emphasizing the need for robust change management processes. Question 22. A business analyst is preparing to interview a group of stakeholders with differing opinions and priorities regarding a new system. To ensure a productive discussion and gather comprehensive insights, which aspect of the interview preparation is most critical? A. Ensuring all stakeholders are available for the same lengthy period. B. Preparing open-ended questions and active listening techniques. C. Providing a detailed technical design document beforehand. D. Focusing primarily on quantitative data collection. Answer: B. Preparing open-ended questions and active listening techniques. For a productive interview, especially with stakeholders who have differing opinions, preparing open-ended questions is crucial because they encourage detailed responses beyond a simple yes or no. Simultaneously, employing active listening techniques ensures the business analyst truly understands the stakeholders' perspectives, uncovers underlying needs, and builds rapport. This approach facilitates a richer, more nuanced conversation and helps in mediating potential disagreements, similar to a good journalist eliciting a full story rather than just sound bites. It allows for exploration of complex issues and diverse viewpoints. Question 23. What is the main purpose of creating a requirements traceability matrix? A. To prioritize requirements based on business value. B. To track the status of individual project tasks. C. To ensure that all requirements are linked to their source, design, development, and testing. D. To estimate the effort required for each requirement. Answer: C. To ensure that all requirements are linked to their source, design, development, and testing. A requirements traceability matrix, RTM, is a document that maps and traces requirements throughout the project lifecycle. Its main purpose is to ensure that every requirement is linked from its origin, e.g., business need, through its implementation, design, development, to its verification, test cases. This matrix provides a clear audit trail, helping to ensure that no requirement is missed, that the final solution aligns with the original needs, and that the impact of any changes can be easily assessed. It acts as a comprehensive map for the entire requirements journey. Question 24. Which type of requirement describes what the system must do to fulfill the business need? A. Non-functional requirement. B. Transition requirement. C. Functional requirement. D. Solution requirement. Answer: C. Functional requirement. Functional requirements specify the behaviors or functions that a system or component must perform. They describe what the system does to meet a specific business need, outlining specific actions, features, or processes. For instance, the system must allow users to create an account or the system must process customer orders are examples of functional requirements. These are distinct from non-functional requirements, which describe how well the system performs its functions, or transition requirements, which deal with temporary capabilities needed during migration. Question 25. A business analyst is involved in identifying potential problems that could arise during the business analysis activities themselves, such as difficulty in getting stakeholder sign-off or unclear scope. What is this activity called? A. Risk management, within BA activities. B. Performance measurement. C. Quality assurance. D. Resource leveling. Answer: A. Risk management, within BA activities. Risk management within business analysis involves identifying, assessing, and planning responses to potential risks that could impact the business analysis process or its outcomes. This includes risks related to stakeholder engagement, requirements elicitation, analysis, documentation, and communication. For example, if key stakeholders are unavailable for workshops, this is a risk to the BA process that needs a mitigation plan. Proactively managing these risks helps ensure the effectiveness and success of the business analysis efforts and ultimately the project.